Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start the program soon. Please be seated. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we will sing the national anthem. Please rise.
Ra
You may be seated. To start this event, we will now recite Suratul Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Professor Dr. Razli Bin Che Razak, Vice Chancellor, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Professor Technologist Dr. Arham bin Abdullah, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Tuan Haji Azmil Khuzaid bin Dr. Zakaria, Head of Belum Rainforest Management. Coordinators of the World Heritage Volunteers WHV Malaysia 2022, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Faiz Muhammad Amin, Dean, Faculty of Earth Science, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Dr. Muhammad Firdaus bin Abdul Karim, Director, UMK-Tropical Rainforest Research Center, UMK-TRaCe. Technologist Dr. Janatun Naim binti Jamali, Deputy Dean, Research, Innovation and Postgraduates, Faculty of Earth Science, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Professor Emeritus Dato' Dr. Haji Ibrahim bin Che Omar, Emeritus Professor of Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Collaborators of UNESCO World Heritage Volunteers Malaysia 2022, National High Commission for UNESCO Malaysia Pulau Banding Foundation. Sponsors, Yayasan Hasanah, Geotechnica Sdn Bhd, Spritzer, Surecamps Sdn Bhd, Brainius Gallery. Strategic Partners, MK Group, Belum Rainforest Resort. Strategic Partners representative from government bodies, Majlis Daerah Gerik, Majlis Daerah Lenggong, Perbadanan Taman Negeri Perak, Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM, Jabatan Perikanan, Jabatan Kemajuan Orang Asli, Jabatan Perhutanan, Jabatan Perlindungan Hidupan Liar dan Taman Negara. Strategic Partners representative from non-government organisation, RIMAU, Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Centre TRCRC, Malaysian Nature Society MNS, media representatives, invited guests, lecturers, officers, students, volunteers, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Heritage Volunteers WHV, together in tracing rainforest biodiversity, culture and education for preservation and conservation of Royal Belum State Park, Malaysia 2022.
Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, UMK, is an entrepreneurial university. We implement the government's aspiration to ensure the younger generations are not only highly educated but also entrepreneurial. UMK is the #1 entrepreneurial university in Malaysia and aspires to be one of the world's best by 2030. This is in line with the National Entrepreneurship Policy, which aims to make Malaysia an entrepreneurial country by 2030. According to this vision, UMK ensures the whole university functions within an entrepreneurial ecosystem. This ecosystem comprises of 9 faculties supported by institutes and centers of excellence implemented with the discipline of innovation-based entrepreneurship. The university's upper management, together with UMK employees at all levels, are committed to realizing UMK as a Malaysian public university well respected for its foundation of entrepreneurship. Implementing this ecosystem, the UMK Entrepreneurship Institute UMK-EI oversees 3 other entrepreneurship-based centers: the Center for Entrepreneurship Development and Education CEED, the Institute of Small and Medium Enterprises ISME, and the Global Entrepreneurship Research and Innovation Center GERIC. The Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business Spearheading this structure has successfully developed collaborative entrepreneurial networks such as UMK Frontier Street, Entrepreneurship Advisory Council, and proudly led the Committee for Ministry of Higher Education Guide to Entrepreneurship Integrated Education. From the academic aspect, UMK offers 29 undergraduate programs and 16 postgraduate programs in the fields of business and management, tourism and hospitality, science and technology, as well as arts and heritage. The university is constantly enhancing its teaching and learning system to ensure that the process of learning takes place creatively and innovatively through My Academic Integrated System, My EYES, massive open online courses, MOOCs, and blended learning. UMK is committed to the development of first-class graduates to become the leaders of industry. Collaboration with world-class local corporate sectors as well as a network of well-known regional educational institutions is aimed at empowering UMK from various angles. This is evidenced by the increase in the marketability of graduates and graduates who create jobs through businesses. Research, innovation and commercialization is another important part of UMK. Research funding and the number of innovations and commercialized products increase every year. UMK has performed well in various prestigious competitions. With the hashtag UMK for Society, UMK is also involved in various community activities. Our staff and students consistently demonstrate outstanding skills and abilities. With such a great spirit of teamwork, UMK has never looked back to emerge as a respected educational entity in the region. We at UMK believe that our presence will give a new look to the development of the value of knowledge. Indeed, our core, entrepreneurship, will always make us Universiti Malaysia Kelantan relevant, unique, and different.
Faculty of Science was established in 2012 in one of the youngest public universities in Malaysia. It is our vision to spearhead academic, research and entrepreneurial excellence in earth science through technological advancement.
Faculty of Earth Science currently offers 5 programs, which are 3 undergraduate programs, with 1 pre-degree science program and another 1 science foundation program. Since the niche of FSP is Earth Science, which is clearly reflected by the faculty name, the 3 undergraduate programs are focused on geoscience, natural resources, and environmental sustainability.
Environmental Sustainability Program covers a wide range of disciplines related to the physical environment, such as the atmosphere, water, and soil. Besides that, we have integrated social, management, and economics aspect in our curriculum. The Natural Resources Program offers excellent opportunity for students to gain in-depth knowledge on biodiversity, ecology, conservation, molecular genetics of natural resources, and the management of our precious tropical rainforest.
In Geoscience program, we conduct various fieldwork where students collect geological data and we incorporate the latest digital technology to analyze this collected data to solve pressing real-world problems. If you happen to see groups of students wearing bright orange jackets around, that's definitely our future geoscientists.
Science Preparatory Department is a new department and need to taking care and manage of 2 academic programs. Both of these programs will need to learn biology, mathematics, chemistry, and also physics.
To stay relevant, we have to be flexible. Besides flexible, we have to be unique. In Faculty of Earth Science, we have multidisciplinary research. Presently, we are focusing on the research on minerals and the fossil. Other than that, we use remote sensing and GIS in monitoring forests and urban planning. This research has been successfully done within our capacity of staff, supported with the grant that we received from government and other agencies.
We are optimistic to become one of the best earth science faculty in Malaysia, Asia, and the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, within the framework of the UNESCO World Heritage Education Programme, the World Heritage Volunteers WHV initiative was launched in 2008 in collaboration with the Coordinating Committee of the International Voluntary Service to mobilize and involve young people and youth organizations in World Heritage preservation and promotion. Today, we are here to celebrate the officiating of the World Heritage Volunteers WHV Malaysia 2022 and to witness the launching of UMK and Research Center, or known as UMK-TRaCe. Welcome once again. You have just watched Pulau Banding Foundation video. Allahyarham Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Haji Mustafa Kamal bin Haji Abu Bakar was the founder of the MK Group and Pulau Banding Foundation. Thanks to his effort, this place exists, and we are here today to witness the effort that he had put forward during his lifetime. We have prepared a tribute video for him. Let us take a moment to watch this tribute video to Allahyarham Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Haji Mustafa Kamal bin Haji Abu Bakar.
Memanjatkan kesyukuran kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala kerana hari ini adalah satu hari yang bersejarah untuk diri saya. 15 tahun dahulu saya sebagai kata orang putih moral duty untuk menjaga hutan ini. Jadi saya anggapkan itu satu kewajipan. Pada hari ini saya nampak dan saya bersyukur kepada Allah SWT, satu institusi mengambil alih peranan itu, membawa ke tahap yang lebih tinggi lagi. Jadi saya sungguh bersyukur. Nikmat yang diberi oleh Tuhan ini selama 15 hari, 15 tahun. Seperti Profesor cakap tadi, kita dah lama menunggu. Jadi doa-doa saya khususnya dan kami di yayasan ini telah dapat dijadikan realiti dengan kehadiran UMK. Jadi saya menerima universiti ini dan cabaran-cabaran yang telah diberi oleh Profesor ini tadi untuk memastikan hutan Belum ini dapat dijadikan satu khazanah untuk guys. Saya 15 tahun dulu bila saya kembali pada hari ini, hutan Belum ini telah dikatakan sebagai hutan yang paling tua, lebih tua daripada hutan-hutan yang lain. Saya bukan seorang saintis, tapi inilah laporan yang diberikan. Tapi saya sungguh heran kenapa tidak ada di dalam peta Malaysia hutan Belum ini. Walau hutan-hutan yang lain itu ada. Jadi oleh kerana itulah saya rasa hutan ini harus diwar-warkan kepada dunia. Jadi sebagai seorang individu, sebagai seorang satu yayasan yang kecil, ya, dan dibantu oleh orang-orang yang betul-betul dedikasi seperti Profesor Emeritus, kami hanya dapat setakat itu saja yang kami buat. Kami adakan seminar, kami adakan macam-macam, tapi masih lagi berkurangan. Alhamdulillah, dengan adanya Universiti UMK ini, saya berharap sangat satu hari insya-Allah hutan Belum ini akan ada di dalam peta dunia. Begitu juga kalau saya ambil lagi satu projek yang kami ada yang dijalankan oleh Yayasan Orang Hutan Orang hutan ni tak ramai orang yang tahu. Tapi kalau kita ikutkan dia punya haiwan-haiwan lain seperti bonobos, chimpanzee, gorila yang sama juga dengan orang hutan ni terkenal di seluruh dunia. Maka dengan itu kita adakan Yayasan Pulau Orang Hutan, dan Profesor sendiri tadi dalam ucapannya telah memberi hint kepada saya dia ingin bekerjasama untuk membawa orang hutan ke tahap yang lebih tinggi lagi. Jadi saya betul-betul bersyukur kepada Allah SWT kali ini adalah nikmat kepada saya. So, terima kasih Prof.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us sedekah suratul Fatihah to Allahyarham Tan Sri Datuk Dr. Haji Mustafa Kamal bin Haji Abu Bakar. Now, please allow me to invite Tuan Haji Azmil Khuzaid bin Dr. Zakaria, Head of Belum Rainforest Management, to deliver his tribute speech. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First off, syukur Alhamdulillah kita dapat bertemu di sini hanya dengan izin Yang Maha Esa. Salam selawat juga kepada junjungan besar kami Nabi Muhammad SAW. I had to go back and get my glasses because although my body thinks I'm still young, my eyes tell me otherwise, and I need these to read a little bit. So, Professor Dr. Razli Bin Che Razak, Vice Chancellor, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, welcome. Professor Technologist Dr. Arham bin Abdullah, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, welcome. Coordinators of the World Heritage Volunteers Malaysia 2022, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Faiz Muhammad Amin, Dean, Faculty of Earth Science, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, Dr. Muhammad Firdaus bin Abdul Karim, Director UMK-Tropical Rainforest Research Center, UMK-TRaCe, Technologist Dr. Nur Janatun Naim binti Jamali, Deputy Dean, Research, Innovation and Postgraduates, Faculty of Earth Science, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, Professor Emeritus Datuk Dr. Haji Ibrahim bin Che Omar, Emeritus Professor of Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, collaborators of the UNESCO World Heritage Volunteer WHV Malaysia 2022, National High Commission for UNESCO Malaysia, of course the Pulau Banding Foundation, the sponsors, Yayasan Hasanah, Geotechnica Sdn Bhd, Spritzer, Surecamp Sdn Bhd, Brainius Gallery, strategic partners, Majlis Daerah Greek, Majlis Daerah Lenggong, Perbadanan Taman Negeri Perak, Polis Diraja Malaysia, Jabatan Perikanan, Jabatan Kemajuan Orang Asli, Jabatan Perhutanan, Jabatan Perlindungan Hidupan Liar dan Taman Negara, and NGO strategic partners, RIMAU, Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Center, and Malaysian Nature Society, media representatives, lecturers, officers, students, of course my peers, the young volunteers. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, welcome to Belum Rainforest Resort. And I had this chat with Dr. Firdaus earlier in the weeks leading up to this event. I was really worried that it would be in Malay. Thankfully, it's in English. I'll explain why with this story. It's a story of this elderly gentleman. We'll call it, I won't give his real name, we'll call him Pak Ali. Pak Ali is this villager from your typical Malay village. He was already in his 70s. one day he decided, I'm going to learn to speak English. And he told all his friends, all the people in the kampung, and they were all like, why? You're an old man, you're not going anywhere. Why are you wasting your time learning English? But he said, no, I will learn English. So at that time, he had Astro, he had all his educational TV programs, Oh My English, all of this, and he started learning English. All his friends made fun of him all the time, but he kept at it. One day, he managed to get to KL, and he got off the bus at Pudu, and as he was walking out, he noticed, Mat Saleh, there's a white man there. I can practice. His last lesson, of course, was on manners. So he goes up to him, accidentally bumps into him, and says, I'm sorry. Now this Mat Saleh, British guy, very well-mannered, and he turns around and says, I'm sorry too. Pak Ali was shocked. I'm sorry too? I'm sorry 3. And the Mat Saleh is now confused. What are you sorry for? So, in a way, I'm like Pak Ali in that I'm still learning Malay. I grew up overseas. My first language is English. So, if nothing else, thank you for having this session in English so that it's easier for me anyways. I'd like to thank all of you for the video. It was a very kind gesture. And I know that, I'll be honest, I wasn't the first option to attend. The chairman of the Pulau Banding Foundation is a very long title as well, but if you know him, he always goes by Pate. He sends his apologies, he could not make it today. And our other Board of Trustee, Datuk Dino, also couldn't make it today. My sister-in-law and the new executive chairman of MK Group, Datuk Fazwina, couldn't make it today. So it was up to me to come here today. But I'll tell you why it's okay that it's me. I'll give you another story. This story was attributed, it was an anecdote about Einstein in his younger days. Back then, it's hard for people like me and the other youth to understand, but there was a time when there was no internet. Because, yes, I am young still. So when Einstein first started out, he was going on his tours of the universities to give talks. But no one knew what he looked like. He wasn't that famous then. He had his new theory, and he was asked to go out and talk about it. So a few weeks in, he'd gotten close to his driver. And one day he asked his driver, you must love your job, because I've always wanted to do what you do, right? Just drive around and, enjoy the open road and not have a care in the world. And the driver turns around and says, actually, I enjoy my job, but I'd love to do what you do. Go up and give talks to people, right? Be a public speaker. And then Einstein, being the genius that he was, said, hey, this next university doesn't know what I look like. And, why don't you pull over? I'll drive. When we get there, you give the talk. And the driver was like, really? Well, I've been listening to you the last few weeks. I'm sure I can give the exact same talk you give. So they did it, right? They go up, the driver comes up on stage, gives the talk, everyone claps. It was fine. So they keep doing it. Einstein drives, and the driver gives the talk. Until one day, they get to one university, and unexpectedly, someone in the front raises his hand and asks a question. Einstein was sitting in the back, and he was troubled. He was like, oh, God, my reputation is ruined, right? No way he's going to be able to answer this. But the driver was quite smart. I said, I'm sorry, you're the dean of physics in this university? The guy says, yes. Well, you may be the dean, but that's the dumbest question I've ever heard. Even my driver can answer it. So I have gone for my late father-in-law's talk so many times that I can give it word for word nearly. I've done it a few times, in fact. Sadly, my driver's not here anymore. So we thank you for all the kindness that you've shown. This is a tribute to him. You may be wondering, why am I up here telling jokes? You saw one side of him on the video, the serious side. That's the side most people see. The side most people don't get to see is this side of him. Those were two of his favorite jokes. I'm sure some of you may have heard it before. This was the side of him that made him who he was, actually, not the serious side of him. More than being an entrepreneur, I was given a whole list of things to say, and as I said, I'll go off script. All those things, all those achievements, alhamdulillah, he was blessed. But more than that, he was a father, he was a grandfather. And that was a side of him we'd like people to know as well. And there was always a reason as well. And indulge me one more time to share one more of his jokes, and then I'll explain. All right, so there was this man. He wanted to win the lottery. All right, so he decided, I'm going to climb this mountain. I'm going to ask God to let me win. So he climbs the mountain. It was a long, difficult journey. Gets to the top of the mountain and says, oh God, let me win the lottery. Goes back down. He doesn't win. The next week, he says, all right, I'm going to go up again. He climbs the mountain, and this time is more emphatic. He says, oh God, please let me win the lottery. If I win, I will donate half the money to charities in your name. I will set up houses of worship for you. I will help your people. He goes down. He doesn't win. All right, the third time he goes up, he's disillusioned already. He goes up and says, oh God, you've forsaken me. You've left me alone. And then he hears suddenly a loud, booming voice. My son, I really want you to win, but meet me halfway. Go buy a ticket. Go buy a lottery ticket first, then you can win. All right, so when Dad would tell these jokes, there was always a lesson behind them. For the first one, the lesson was always be learning. Always learn new things. That's something he had held very dear to him. He always read books. There wasn't a time that he wasn't reading something new. The second one, the one with the driver, first, always have a hobby. Einstein's hobby in that case was driving. Second, train your subordinate to be able to do your job. The third one, it was actually one of his most important lessons, although he couched it in such a blasphemous joke. We turn to God, yes. We pray to God, always. But we must work. We must do our part. Prayer is not enough. If we don't make the effort, nothing will come of it. All right, so that brings us to what we're doing here. The Pulau Banding Foundation and our collaboration with UMK. This is one of the last public appearances he actually had, the signing ceremony of the MOU. And this is something that we'd been working on. In fact, we'd been discussing this for a few years. Pre-pandemic, we started the initial discussions. During the pandemic, we had a few more discussions. In the earlier days, we didn't tell Tan Sri yet. We weren't sure what the direction was. But the second he heard of it, he said, let's push this ahead. This is something that's needed because alone we can't do it. Through the foundation you saw in the video, we've done a few things. We've had a few expeditions. We've trained some of the Orang Asli with their green badges for ecotourism. We've provided scholarships. That's actually through Yayasan MK, the scholarship, but it collaborates with Pulau Banding Foundation in that the PhD students have to do their research in Royal Belum. But it's not something that we can do alone. We need to be working with universities like yourself. You know, we need you to get youth involved. We need to create the awareness. As it said in the video, not many people know about Belum. It's something that, you know, it's not on the maps. You look, Amazon is on the map, Congo is on the map. Those are younger rainforests. Right? Even just in the context of Malaysia, people know Taman Negara. Belum tak tahu. Belum tahu lagi. So this is something that we hope through these collaborations, through getting UNESCO World Heritage status, will really push the conservation of the rainforest. If nothing else, you know, more than anything else, his legacy is the conservation of the rainforest. It's not the buildings he makes, it's not, no, none of that matters. That's just temporary. What he really wanted, he was described to me last week in another event. He's over-passionate about conservation. Those were Pakte's words. He's over-passionate about conservation. If I tell you, it's not about the money, but just to give you an idea, I won't give you an exact figure, but the amount he's contributed towards conservation here goes to 9 digits. That's not a small sum of money. I could have used that money and gotten, you know, a lot. But he decided it comes here. It goes towards conservation. And no matter what I could have gotten, no matter what the rest of the family could have gotten, we agree with him. The conservation of the rainforest is a critical issue. We need to see it happen. Just this small place, you know, Belum Temenggo is, you know, we always like to say 4 times the size of Singapore. I've got some Singaporean friends, you know, and I tell them about my this resort. I say, yeah, you know, our backyard is 4 times the size of your country. They don't like the joke, but that's the truth. And just that small landmass does so much, not just for the Malaysia, but for the world. The amount of oxygen we're giving to the world. Imagine if we as a country say, no, forget about it, world. We're going to cut all these trees down and make money for ourselves. The world will suffer. All right, so it's up to, I hate to admit I am not that young anymore, All right, so it is up to the next generation to take it up. And we do nothing else but beg of all of you, support this initiative. Because no matter how hard, and I can tell you, applying for UNESCO World Heritage status is really hard. But that's the easy part. The hard part is after that. Inshallah, we'll be submitting most likely this February, if not February the following year. But the hard part is after that. Just writing up the dossier, yes, it's hard, but I make fun of Pate and Dr. Dino and the rest all the time. But that's really the easy part. All they're doing is just writing a paper. It'll be up to you to make sure everything's protected. The trees are protected. Alhamdulillah, the tiger population has gone up a little bit. Maybe Shah the Pengarah State Park will share some information later. I don't want to steal his thunder, but too bad, Shah, you're not here. 8 tiger cubs. So they need to be protected. This last 2 years has been great because of COVID. It's been great for the rainforest. We always talk about the bad side of COVID, but let's not forget, because of COVID, 8 new tiger cubs. I can only talk about the tiger cubs. I don't know about the other animals right now. But there's so many other endangered animals in there. Endangered trees. That's something I learned. Trees can be endangered too. We have to take care of trees as well. So please, take this seriously. Don't let this volunteer program be your only experience in Belum. Come back. Even if you're not involved in UMK for whatever reason in the future, come back. We'll be here. And although our founder, our funder, our father has left, as a family, we guarantee that we will be here, God willing, inshallah. All right, so to cap it off, one more joke. And this is his favorite joke of all time. World Cup is coming. But before I say it, a caveat. We love FAM. I recently, after Dad's passing, we realized, we got so many messages from football associations, FAM, FAS, so many, Perak, Kedah, all these football associations were sending messages, of all the contributions he'd made to football, and we never realized it. But he made this joke. I'll share this joke, and there's one more lesson in it. All right, so with the World Cup coming, there were 3 parties, 3 fans, 3 ultra fans. One British man. Of course, he's a Christian. So he prays. He says, "Oh God, Lord Jesus, when is England going to win the World Cup?" Then his God responds to him, 10 years, England will win. All right, so the Englishman cries and cries and cries and says, 10 years, oh my God, that's so long. But okay, 10 years, I'll still be alive. That's all right. So then the next ultra fan, Japanese man, prays to his God, says, "Oh God, when will Japan win the World Cup?" His God responds, 50 years, Japan will win the World Cup. And he cries and cries and cries and cries. But he says, "That's all right. My son, my grandchildren will experience it. I won't be here, but it'll be okay." Then a Malaysian turns to God, says, "Oh God, when will Malaysia win the World Cup?" God cried. Again, I'm not disparaging FAM. I think they've been doing quite well. But the lesson here is, let's not have God cry over our efforts to conserve the rainforest. With that, again, thank you very much to everyone. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Tuan Haji Azmil. That was a very heartfelt tribute speech I've heard so far. I'm sure everyone has learned a thing or two from that speech. Thank you once again. Now I would like to invite Associate Professor, Technologies, Dr. Muhammad Faiz Muhammad Amin, Dean Faculty of Earth Science, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, to deliver his welcoming speech. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Prof. Dr. Razli Bin Che Razak, Vice Chancellor Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Prof. Technologies Dr. Arham bin Abdullah, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Tuan Haji Azmil Khuzaid bin Dr. Zakaria, Head of Belum Rainforest Management. My fellow coordinators of World Heritage Volunteer, WHV Malaysia 2022, Dr. Muhammad Fidaus Abdul Karim, Director of TRaCe. Technologies, Dr. Jannatul Naim, Deputy Dean Research Innovation Progress Postgraduate, Faculty of Earth Science, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Prof. Emeritus Datuk Dr. Ibrahim bin Cik Omar, Emeritus Professor of Universiti Malaysia Kelantan. Collaborators of UNESCO World Heritage Volunteer, WHV Malaysia 2022, National High Commission of UNESCO Malaysia, Pulau Banding Foundation, our sponsors, Yayasan Hasanah, Geotechnika Sdn Bhd, Spritzer, Surecamp Sdn Bhd, Brenius Gallery, our strategic partners, MK Group, Belum Rainforest Resort, strategic partners representative from government bodies, Majlis Daerah Gerik, Majlis Daerah Lenggong, Perbandanan Taman Negeri Perak, Polis Diraja Malaysia PDRM, Jabatan Perikanan, Jabatan Kemajuan Orang Asli Jakwa, Jabatan Perhutanan, Jabatan Perlindungan Hidupan Liar dan Taman Negara Perhilitan, strategic partners representative from other non-government organisation, RIMAU, Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Centre, TRCRC, Malaysian Nature Society, MNS, media representative, lecturers, officers, students, volunteers, ladies and gentlemen. First, let us express our gratitude to Allah SWT for only with His blessing and grace we can gather here today to celebrate this fantastic event. The World Heritage Volunteer, WHV Malaysia 2022, with the theme of Together in Tracing Rainforest Biodiversity, Culture, Education for Preservation and Conservation of Royal Belum State Park, is one Universiti Malaysia Kelantan potent initiative to safeguard and preserve our rainforest. I also would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of our World Heritage Volunteer participants. We have gathered here from many countries from all over the world to show our togetherness in appreciating and conserving our heritage and our love, to show our love for the rainforest. I would like also to express my gratitude to MK Group, Pulau Banding Foundation and Belum Rainforest Management, especially to the late Allahyarham Tan Sri Datuk Mustafa Kamal, Prof. Emeritus Dr. Abdul Latif, Datuk Hajah Fazwina, and Tuan Haji Azmil Khuzaid for believing in our capability in spearheading this facility and its aspiration to be the beacon of nature education through our Living Lab concept. I also would like to express my appreciation to all our sponsors, Yayasan Hasanah, Geotechnical Sdn Bhd, Spritzer, Showcamp Sdn Bhd, and Brenius Gallery for contributing to this project. My sincerest thanks goes to our strategic partner, Majlis Daerah Gerik, Majlis Daerah Lenggong, Perbandahan Taman Negeri Perak, Polis Diraja Malaysia, Jabatan Perikanan, Jabatan Kemajuan Orang Asli, Jabatan Perhutanan, Jabatan Perlindungan Hidupan Liar dan Taman Negara Perilitan, NGOs and all agencies that been helping us in getting and organizing this program. Last but not least, our utmost gratitude and appreciation to our main partner, Malaysia National Commission for UNESCO, NACCOM, for believing, supporting and giving TRaCe the opportunity to bid for this program. They only give us 2 weeks to submit, and as Tuan Haji said, that's the most easiest hard part. Right. This event has turned the spotlight to UMK-TRaCe, Prof, the Faculty of Earth Science, and of course, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, and already put us on the global map of UNESCO. Okay. Some background of Faculty of Earth Science involvement with the Royal Belum. It's not new to us, Faculty of Science. Since our establishment in 2012, we have made this area one of our learning and volunteering ground with students, and we conduct various programs here every semester. With the establishment of Faculty Research Center that called UMK-TRaCe early this year, the learning activity, the engagement with the community become quadruple, I can say quadruple. So sometimes we don't even have time to catch a breath. There's a lot of things coming in. You can ask my director here. Dah jadi kurus. But we at Faculty and TRaCe are loving it very much. We are loving it so much. It also opened doors to other faculty in UMK and other national and international university to join us, exploring and engaging with the nature and its community. With this UNESCO WHV program, inshallah we will take Royal Belum and the community around it to the international stage. And I hope that our involvement with this WHV 2022 program would further cement our cooperation between UMK-TRaCe and all partners as we actively work together towards the betterment of the society and our nature. To all the participants, take this opportunity to connect and learn from each other while basking in this great rainforest ecosystem. And I pray that we will be able to achieve what we seek and in turn contribute to the preserving of Royal Belum Temenggo Tropical Rainforest Complex. With that, I would like to say welcome to WHV 2022 at Royal Belum and welcome to UMK-TRaCe. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Faiz, for the speech just now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to the peak of this momentous event. I am honored to welcome Professor Dr. Razli Bin Che Razak, Vice Chancellor of Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, to deliver his officiating speech. Please welcome.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning. Yang bahagia Tuan Haji Azmil Huzaid bin Dr. Zakaria, Head of Belum Rainforest Management, Professor TS Dr. Arham bin Abdullah, Deputy Vice Chancellor Research and Innovation Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, Coordinators of World Heritage, Assistant Professor TS Dr. Muhammad Faiz, Dean, Dr. Muhammad Firdaus bin Abdul Karim, Director, UMK-TRaCe, T.S. Dr. Nurjanatun Naim binti Jamali, Deputy Dean, Research, Innovation and Postgraduate, Professor Emeritus, Dr. Haji Ibrahim Syoma, Emeritus Professor, Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, collaborators of UNESCO World Heritage Volunteer Malaysia 2022, National High Commission for UNESCO Malaysia, Pulau Banding Foundation, our sponsors, Yayasan Hasanah, Geotechnica, Spritzer, Sure Camp, Brainius Gallery, strategic partners, UMK-Tropical, Belum Rainforest, strategic partners from government bodies, Majlis Daerah Greek, Majlis Daerah Lenggong, Perbadanan Taman Negeri Perak, Polis Diraja Malaysia, PDRM, Jabatan Perikanan, Jabatan Kemajuan Orang Asli, JAKWA, Jabatan Perhutanan, Jabatan Perlindungan Hidupan Liar dan Taman Negara, Perhilitan, strategic partners from non-government NGO, RIMAU, Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Center, TRC-RC, Malaysian Nature Society, media representative, lecturers, officers from UMK, students, volunteers, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, Alhamdulillah, I'm grateful for this opportunity we offer you today. Today we celebrate the spirit of giving, or in Bahasa Melayu, konsep memberi, which is the essence of the World Heritage Volunteers Initiative. Together as a citizen of the world, we gather here with one mission, to spend our energy for this global cause on resilience and remobilization towards World Heritage without expecting money or anything else in return. I would like to take this moment to thank our fellow sponsors and strategic partners for adhering to the spirit of giving and supporting this global initiative. This is a momentous occasion for us because such opportunity to collaborate with UNESCO through the World Heritage Center is not an easy to come by. It has come to my knowledge the last time Malaysia was chosen for this World Heritage Volunteer Program was in 2014. It's about 8 years ago. I applaud the volunteers who have worked to preserve and promote the Chetty heritage traditions in Melaka. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has left heritage sites around the world vulnerable and adversely affected, this year, 2022, we have unlocked a new milestone for Malaysia. I am proud and honored to share with you that the first time in history, the Faculty of Earth Science, UMK, through its nearly established research center, UMK-TRaCe, is selected to represent Malaysia as the hosting institution for the World Heritage Volunteers 2022. We are one out of 58 Action Camp program awarded by UNESCO this year all around the world. We are here to support the conservation and preservation efforts of Royal Belum State Park by the Perak State Park Corporation. What an outstanding achievement. Congratulations to the campaign coordinator, the Dean, Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Faiz, UMK-TRaCe Director, Dr. Muhammad Firdaus, as mentioned by Dr. Faiz just now, makin kurus, become thinner because of the directorship job. Deputy Dean Research and Innovation, T.S. Dr. Nurjanatun Naim, and all team members. Also, thank you to the National Commission for UNESCO Malaysia and Pulau Banding Foundation. Here in UMK, we take great pride in our stride towards the conservation and preservation of our Mother Earth, i.e. our natural heritage. So much so that we have recently made addressing environmental issue as a vital component in the main goals of UMK. This commitment isn't just merely an empty promise. We have started the work of setting up systematic environmental management system, instilling healthy work culture in environmental management through various green programs And lastly, we also encourage our students and staff to practice sustainability in our day-to-day working environment through our Green Campus initiative. The WHV Malaysia 2022 program is one of the main highlights of our dedication. Our stride towards protection of our natural heritage is not just on the physical nature, but also on the loss of livelihoods for the communities whose lives are intrinsically linked to the heritage. At UMK, we have made a commitment to acknowledge and uphold the framework of Sustainability Development Goals, or we call it SDG, as one of the thrusts driving our university. It seems like the commitment of ours is proven to have borne fruits when we were acknowledged by the Times Higher Education ranking last year for our excellence in several SDGs key principles, such as no poverty, we are the top 100 in the world. Zero hunger, 201 to 300 ranking, and life on lands led by Faculty of Earth Science at 3001 to 400 ranking. Inshallah, we aspire to climb the rank further this year through numbers of initiatives what we have planned earlier. The establishment of UMK-TRaCe, which among its goal to empower the community to adopt scientific and sustainability values through high-impact entrepreneurial engagement for the conservation of the rainforest biodiversity, is also another testament of UMK commitment toward this aspiration. It is one of my duly honor of all our KPIs to make sure UMK becomes the focal point for community engagement wherever we are. As so, I'm happy to announce that we are putting the commitment to fulfill the needs of UMK-TRaCe for the staffing and operation in our budget as part of UMK key extension arms. With this initiative, I hope it will propel UMK-TRaCe to be one of the prominent high center excellence in the near future, inshallah. As such, it is great honor that I officiate, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, the World Heritage Volunteers, together in tracing rainforest biodiversity, culture and education for preservation and conservation of Royal Belum State Park Malaysia 22, and the launching of UMK-Tropical Rainforest Research Center, UMK-TRaCe. I hope this program will see a great success and inspire more effort to preserve our rainforests and our earth. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. Razli. I would like to request Prof. Razli to remain on stage, and also to invite Tuan Haji Azmil, Professor Dr. Arham, and also Dr. Muhammad Faiz to accompany Professor Razli on stage for the officiating of the World Heritage Volunteers Malaysia 2022, and to launch the UMK-Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Center, UMK-TRaCe. With that, I would like to invite Professor Razli to sign the plaque. Ladies and gentlemen, now there will be gifts exchange ceremony. The first one is from Universiti Malaysia Kelantan to Belum Forest Management. Therefore, I would like to invite Prof. Razli to hand over the token of appreciation to Tuan Haji Azmil. And to reciprocate, from Belum Forest Management to Universiti Malaysia Kelantan, from Tuan Haji Azmil to Professor Razli. With that marks the end of the officiating of World Heritage Volunteers WHV Malaysia 2022 and the launching of UMK-Tropical Rainforest Conservation and Research Centre, UMK-TRaCe. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this event. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for being here with us today. Thank you, terima kasih, Muhammad Sanid, Donabad, Sheshe, Nandri. With that, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.